We're going to discuss about another very basic thing. It's called the HTML5 structure. So now, since you have seen that we have already created our structure where these things are written like the HTML document, and inside this HTML we have got a head section. This is our head section, and in the head section we have got a title that says that my website, and then inside the body I have got just one header. But this is not the basic structure of the HTML5, the offered by the HTML5 by www, and so it goes like when you, this is the basic structure, but you can manipulate it anytime. The main thing that you should have a HTML document which should have a head section and a body section. But the guidelines for this one comes like this. Inside this you need to have a header, because every page have got certain header. So here you put your header, and if you want a menu inside this header, then you have to use a list. I can use this UL, and then inside the UL you can put this. UL is called the unordered list, and then here I can put my lists. Now when this one is done, then inside this header, so for the navigation I just create one more tag. So it goes like nav, and inside the nav you place this UL, and it goes like this. So if you have menu items, then you can see, you can put the menu here, menu item 1 like that, and then you can paste many lists like this. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So I take only 4, and I'm just calling that menu 1, 2, 3, and this one is my 4. Then after the navigation I have this header closed. Then you can create some sections like section, and these section we can have the articles in them. So this is my article, and inside the article I can have the header for that particular article. So that goes like header, and inside the header I can put a header tag, that is h2. There are 6 headers like h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6, and I can say this is, I'm using h2, means the secondary order, and its font and boldness, everything will be just little lesser than the h1. There I can write my article. Okay, then you can write the paragraph, because every article, this is P for paragraph, this tag, and there you can write that when it was created, post was created, and there is a time tag also. You can put the time. This is just like if you are creating a newspaper articles. This is the whole guidelines goes like this, and then I can write here 23rd September 2020, and then inside this paragraph's header everything is closed. If you want, then you can have some more sections also. It's not that, because every page can have the many sections. So I have one more section, my article 1, and there I write the my article 2. And then after this you can create one that is called aside. So this is aside, and inside this aside I create one h2, and then inside this h2 I can write my header. So after this header, again you need a paragraph, because here in paragraph P also you can write just a tag, or you can write just something like this is my paragraph in aside section, or you can say this is aside. And then every page must have a footer. So this is my footer, and then inside this footer you can write paragraph or whatever you want. So my page footer. Now this is all done. Now let's save this and run, and then you see what you get. Sorry. Okay, so this is what your web page looks like. So you have this section, then here inside I can put my header like h1, my main header. Just save it and you learn it. Then this is what it's going to be. So this is what it looks like. Now you'll find that this looking so different because you might not have seen. This is the HTML structure. So HTML structure is only about the content of the page, means what your page is going to have. So this one, you say this is the page have got a header, then it has got a menu, this is the menu, and this is your article, and this is a paragraph, this is another heading for another article, this is a paragraph, and this is my header, and this is all about this page. But you might not have seen such a weird and plain looking HTML site before, because all the decorative part is missing. So now the question is that what is decorative part and how we can decorate it. So for that we need to go for the cascading style sheets called as CSS, and then you can start making it little prettier. So how to make a cascaded style sheet? So there are three ways actually. One is called the inline cascading style sheet, or like inline decoration I call it. Like you can decorate each and every element, and then you can just use one external file and you can write all the decorative features in that particular file, and then you can use it. So I'll be using mostly this external CSS file, and I'm going to describe you how you can do it. So first let me create one file. I'm calling is my design.css. It should have the extension .css called cascade style sheet. So now this is done. Now inside this cascaded style sheet here, okay, I think I have created my design.css. So this is my CSS, and there it goes inside this one. Now you see. Okay, so for that here I need to decorate. So first I'll write star, means this is a universal feature. Like you can write padding is 0px and margin is 0px. So it means the whole web page will have no padding and no margin. Now I go for its body. So I'm going to design the body. Now just look at the syntax how I write. So the body, and inside the body you can provide the background color, and if you want a background color white, then you can have it, or if you want a background color something else. I just, for sake of explanation, I'll just try to make this background color looks like this. So this is my background color, and here I go inside the HTML index.html. Then how to link this my design into this? So go into the head section, and there you write link rel equals style sheet style sheet, and then you write the reference for that file, href equal my design.css, and here it is done. So this section is done. Now let me refresh the page to see how this works. Now see, you have got a background for your page. This is pink color what I just provided. If you want to check it to some other color, then you can make it that, like suppose if I provide it, just I want a light color, this one is fine. Let's see. So this is save. Now this is the background, it's just faint, this is fine. Now I want to make this my header thing little better. So for that you can, this is your header, like this is header, there is only one tag. You can design this header directly, like here I go and then I write what I want to design, header. So header, then I write width will be 100%, and then I write HEIGST, height as 210 pixel. Okay, so this is 210 pixel. Then background for this header I want to make it different, so I'll go for which color will help me. You can take any other color also, HTML tags also. Slowly I'll explain you all, don't worry. Okay, for now I just take this one. Okay, now just save this and see how your file looks now. So this is your header section. Now this whole strip is your header section. Now inside this header section I have got my header. So I go for this header. Now you see this one, h1 my header, and it is there, and then there is, I have my navigation. So what I plan that I don't want my navigation to be here, I want it to be just after this one. I want to put another div tag, this is called division tag, and there I put my navigation. So my header will have just one element called as h1 my header, and I can also put this into another header, another division, and then I can provide, this is the first. Okay, now I change this content to be the name of my website, that is EduCrafts Technology. Okay, now and then I provide another text for this, and I call it as h2, and there I write a craft of education. Okay, then you see that this header is inside this one, and there is a division inside this header, and this I just provide one ID. So there are two ways of providing the IDs. Either you can do by providing ID, or you can provide a class. So first I'll discuss ID. So ID, just write ID, and then you write the name is, then I write ID, head ID, HEAD, and head ID. Okay, then how to design this? So we can design like its ID. So I'll write hash head ID. Now I want it to be displayed in a block, so display in a block, and then its position should be relative. Relative position means first just to check how your web page looks now. So now this one, I want this display to be here in the central part. So by default it is coming there, here. I want it to be placed here. So this is called the relative position, relative to where it is coming. So I want it to move left side and then little down. So how can I do that? So I can make it position relative, and then I write left 400 pixel and 400 pixel, and then I can write top is, it's 200 and something, so I make it 100 pixel, and then I want the text to have different colors, so I write color and I provide the color as white. This white is looking little brighter. Okay, now save. Now you see it's come here. A stop part is not proper. It just, I think I should make top as left 400 is fine. Top should be little more. So 140, and I can change this H2 as H6 because I want this one to be little more. Yes. So now this is my web page. Now here see, this top is not working. So position is relative. Oh, I haven't written the PXC. Just like other IDs, you can find the warnings, but here you'll not find any warnings. If you make mistake, you will only see it's not reflected in your web page. Okay, so it's coming to down. So now let me make it as 100. It was fine only because of this was not coming, and the text size, text shadow is teal, not teal, red. Let's see this feature also. Okay, here you got your header. You want to make it little more bolder, then you can write the font size as 48 pixel, and then this top should I just make it as 80. Line height is also text line height is 48 pixel. Now you see it is too big, so I better make it as, yes, now it's little better. If you want to make it smaller font, then you can make it also. Now I'll go for my menus. So these 4 menus, now go into the HTML, and then you see where is this menu. So you can remove this div if you are not interested in that, because nav is also kind of division, so it does not make any difference to its look and feel. It's there. Now I go into this and I try to design my nav like nav. So I provide a width 100% and height, I think 60 pixel will be enough. So 60 pixel. Okay, then inside this nav here I have a UL, means underline list. So how can I do that? So write nav and then you write ul here. Then again you can provide this one, same information. So it is just like same. Then inside this nav and ul I have a list, that is li. So this is my li, and here I provide the width as 200 pixel and height as 50 density pixel, and I make it float to the right. And then at the same time you see that we have got dots here, so we should not have any decoration. So the text decoration text deco, or first I write, make it list style type none, list style type none, and make it float right. Now see, it has come to these positions. Now I think we need, if we include 1-2 more this navs, then it will be better. Now control V and control V, this is 5 and this is 6. Okay, now save. Okay, now you see your menu is coming properly. Since it is floating left, that's why it's going from section 1 to 3. If I make it float right, then what will happen? Just for sake of knowing, here this is floating right. So if I make it float left, then what will happen? Because the designer should always, now see, menu 1, menu 2, menu 3, menu 4, menu 5, menu 6. Now here is coming at the edges, and I have provided the width of this. So if I place the text decoration like the text alignment as right, then sorry, not this one, right, then this one will be very naturally placed. Now see, it's coming as this. Now you know that you never see these kind of menus, because the menu should have a background, and menu should have the hyperlinks, because they work like hyperlinks. So first I go into this one, and then there inside this I create the one anchor. ANCHOR is not written, so we write only A, and then you write href because it links to another file, and then inside this you write menu 1. Okay, so now here you will see, let me just copy and paste it, control C. So I remove this menu 2 and place my menu. I remove this menu 3 and place this one. I remove this menu and I place it. There are 2 closing lists not required. Then I remove this one and I place it. Then I remove this one and I place it. So all are menu 1, menu 2, menu 3. Then we can just name it as, suppose I name it as home, this I name it as mathematics or Java. This I name it as Python. This I name it as mobile application. This I name it as data science. Okay, and this I name it as contact us. Okay, then I go inside this and I have a nav. Then inside that nav I have under this unordered list, and then I simply copy, because now I have got inside this one anchor. So I just write here anchor. So the width and all these things are fine. Floating left is not required. Right, also we can write this one as center, and there I can change the font. Then I write text decoration as none, because by default they always provide a underline. So text decoration is none, and then I can make the font size little bigger, because these are menus. So 20px, and then color for those text. Color for this text are, okay, let me go for this blue. Okay, then here I do not want, because this is the feature of the list. Okay, now it's done. Now this one is looking like this. Now still you see I have got this underline. This text decoration, oh, here I written node, it should be none. Now Control S, and then I go to my division. So now this one is looking like this. If you want to provide some background to this list, then you can provide background color. Since we are using green as this one, I think I'll go for this one, dark cyan. Control S. Now you see how it looks, but it's only coming for this section. Better I go to make this one as it's a color, so it's not good. But if I want to make it, then I make it for the whole UL, and then this one should be what color will help? Okay, now for a while I'll go for this gray. Now see, this is looking like this. So in the next video we'll discuss more about this one. Thank you very much.